Headlines of today's reports. In the headlines, CP warns against misinformation in Rivers State. EFCC arrests State Accountant General. Obaseki recounts achievements. Governor assures completion of all ongoing projects. We'll take a short break and when we return, we'll go straight to the details. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now we dive into the details for today. Rivers State Police Command has unequivocally refuted the unsubstantiated report circulating alleging a violent altercation at the Rivers State House involving supposed military forces allegedly loyal to former Governor Nyesom Wike and current Governor Sim Fubara. The police said there was no such incident and the narrative is a deliberate fabrication aimed at inciting fear, confusion and unrest within Rivers State, adding that Governor Fubara has neither ordered a curfew or called for any form of takeover of security operations within the state by militant groups. While the Nigerian Police Force and other security and law enforcement agencies remain in full control and actively maintaining peace and security in Rivers State, a statement signed by the police PRO, Grace Ringekoko, said, "The false narrative serves no purpose other than to disturb the peace and tranquility in the state, and therefore the public to disregard the false rumors and refrain from spreading unfounded and destructive reports." While calling on all to verify the information from credible sources and avoid sharing sensational and baseless claims targeted at causing discord. The Commissioner of Police in charge of Rivers State hereby reiterates that the command remains committed to ensuring the safety and security of all residents in the state and equally exhorts residents of Rivers State to go about their lawful activities without fear as police officers and other security agencies are on ground, vigilantly ensuring the peace and security of all involved at this time. Move on to Edo State, where the government will on Tuesday unveil Nigeria's first Teachers Hall of Fame to recognize the immense contributions of teachers to societal growth and well-being. Speaking on the epoch-making event, the Commissioner for Education, Dr. Joan Ovawe, commended Governor Godwin Obaseki for his futuristic look and approach to education that has made the state to be the pace-setter as far as education is concerned. Ovawe stated that the innovative Hall of Fame is a key component of Edo Best 2.0, which aims to restore the prestige of teaching and professionalized teaching. He said, the mission of the Hall of Fame is to honor exceptional teachers, recognize their commitment to educational excellence, and restore the prestige of the teaching profession in Edo State. By showcasing the achievements and dedication of our educators, we aim to inspire future generations and foster a culture that values teaching as a noble profession. She said that the Hall of Fame is strategically housed within the Edo State Ministry of Education, ensuring that it serves as a constant reminder of the critical role teachers play in shaping the lives of students and the future of the state. Quoting her, this initiative aligns with the fifth pillar of the Edo Best 2.0, which is valuable. By reorienting the mindset of the public towards the teaching profession, it is expected that more qualified people would be attracted to the profession. In addition to the Hall of Fame, the Edo State government is committed to providing better emolument packages for teachers, further enhancing the profession's appeal and ensuring that our educators feel valued and supported. She continued, we are proud to announce that this is the first Teachers Hall of Fame in Nigeria and potentially the first in sub-Saharan Africa, setting a new standard for the recognition of teaching excellence on the continent. Edo State is leading the way in transforming the educational landscape, and we invite the nation to join us in celebrating our teachers and their extraordinary contributions, Ovawe said. The Commissioner noted that Obaseki has taken education to a higher level, prompting many states to take a cue from it and to start something similar to the Edo BEST program. He said, I have no doubt that history will have positive things to say about Governor Obaseki. As far as these developmental strides are concerned, this marks being left in the educational sector are indefinitely inedible, she said. In a different story, political stakeholders in Edo State under the aegis of the Initiative of Democratic Advancement and Free Speech have applauded the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for detaining the state's Accountant General, Julius Anelu, and two other government officials over corruption allegations. They urged the commission to go after those lately accused of stealing public assets, insisting that Governor Godwin Obaseki must account for $1 trillion realized through federal allocations, generated revenues, loans, amongst others, in the last 8 years. The development comes barely 1 week before the official handover and inauguration of the administration of the governor-elect, Senator Monday Okpebholo. According to an impeccable source in the EFCC, out of 24.6 billion paid into the government's account, about 14 billion naira was left within 1 week after the money was deposited some weeks back, which the State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehikare, said the arrest was targeted at crippling governance in the state. Reacting in a statement jointly issued in Abuja, the leaders of the group, Patrick Osagbovu and Andrew Isewele, hailed the Anti-Graft Commission for rising to the occasion and also urged the EFCC not to wait until Obaseki leaves office before recovering the funds and assets allegedly stolen by some of his appointees. We remain in Edo State, where outgoing state governor says he would not want to be remembered for the many battles he fought after leaving office, but for his numerous achievements in repositioning the state. The governor made the remarks while answering questions from newsmen after the commissioning of the Airport Roads Park and Garden in Benin City. He recalled the past years in office when he fought several political battles and his political benefactors and opponents, adding that the people-oriented program and policies put in place by his administration made the electorate to re-elect him in the 2020 governorship election. He said the same programs and policies made the people to vote for the PDP candidate, Asu Ighodalo, in the September 21st, 2024 governorship election. Speaking on the commissioned Airport Roads Park and Garden project, he disclosed that plans have been made to ensure the sustainability of the garden, which is expected to attract residents on a daily basis. Management of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Akwa, has rejected the annulment of the appointments of new Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Bernard Odo, and his registrar, R.I. Mukike. This is coming after the Federal Ministry of Education had on Friday written the chairman of the Governing Council of the university, Ambassador Greg Mbadiwe, cancelling the council's recent appointments, insisting they did not follow existing guidelines. The letter, which was signed on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, Ms. R. Layusa, had urged the council to shelve all appointments until the new Minister of Education assumes office. The Academic Staff Union of Universities had also protested the credentials of the new Vice-Chancellor, contending that he was not qualified, disputing the claims that he had ascended to the position of a professor. Police officer attached to the Otuocha area command in Anambra State local government area has shot and killed an unidentified male commercial bus driver. Eyewitness said the officer shot the deceased during an altercation over the payment of a 100 naira bribe to the security operatives at a checkpoint in the area. Reacting to the inquiries, the spokesperson for the State Police Command, Tochukwu Ikenga, said the command is unaware of this incident and that the situation is under control, adding that the police officer involved has been identified as Inspector Sani Suleiman and has been disarmed and detained for further investigations and internal disciplinary procedures. The scourge of bribery and extortion amongst police officers in Nigeria is a long-standing issue that has led to deep-seated mistrust between the public and law enforcement. And despite efforts to curb this menace, recent incidents continue to highlight the state of corruption within the Nigerian police force. 70-year-old man Mr. Stephen Irobunda has escaped being lynched in Umuahia local government in Abia State. Abia State in Ihokobe Ndume, for allegedly killing a young man, Mr. Bright Odizuru. The victim, Odizuru, was shot dead by the suspect during an altercation between the aged man and some youths in the community. The community said the victim, together with other youths, were playing football near Irobunda's house during local government elections, which infuriated the suspect, and the man fired in the air to scare away youths. The youths in response went back to Irobunda's house to know why he was trying to intimidate them with gunshots, and at that point, the man drew out his gun again and shot one of the youths, Bright Odizuru, in his abdomen, leading to his death in a hospital. The death of the young man further infuriated the Ohokobe Mbocha youths, who pounced on the suspect and attempted to lynch him before he was rescued by security agents. And when contacted, the spokesperson for the Abia State Police Command, ASP Maureen Chinaka, confirmed the killing. Moving on to Ondo State, where Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the governor, has described as lies from the pit of hell the allegations that he received 1.2 billion naira as security votes for the state. He stated this in Akure, the state capital, during the Ondo State governorship election debate put together by television networks and its partners. The debate was an avenue for the governorship candidates, to tell the people their developmental plans for the state. Both men, former deputy governors to the late governor Rotimi Akeredolu, are running on the platforms of the two leading political parties, the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Aiyedatiwa, who is seeking election in the November 16 governorship election, accused the PDP candidate, Agbola Ajayi, of telling lies to the whole world about the monthly security allocations. He said, "You don't just play politics by coming here to the whole world that somebody is drawing 1.2 billion naira as a security vote. That is a lie from the pit of hell," he said. Without divulging the exact amount he gets as security votes, the governor explained that every spending done in government has a budgetary provision for it, arguing that his administration will act above the budget. He's directed the PDP governorship candidate to cross-check his information before giving out inaccurate information that could be misleading to the public. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has hailed the report of the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), which listed the state among the best in internally generated revenue in the country. Speaking during the public unveiling and commission of the Olumo Court Service Apartments and associated facilities in Abeokuta on Saturday, Governor Abiodun quoted the NBS report, noting that Ogun State's internally generated revenue has surpassed that of several states, showcasing its economic resilience and growth. The governor said through various policies that his administration has been able to grow the economic base of the state to an enviable position where it no longer needs to rely too much on federal allocations. He said, according to the recent report by the National Bureau of Statistics, Ogun State generated more revenue than 5 states in one zone and 6 in another in 2023. We are among the few states that can thrive without federal support, he said. He further describes Olumo Courts, located in Ibara, Abeokuta, as a significant project aimed at enhancing the quality of life for residents. Governor Abiodun acknowledged the criticism his administration faced regarding the urban regeneration efforts in the government-reserved area. He emphasized that the successful establishment of Olumo Courts, championed by the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, has strengthened his administration's resolve to transform urban areas throughout the state. He said, we initiated the new urban renewal of Abeokuta, starting in Ibara GRA. Despite facing substantial criticism, the achievement of Olumo Courts reaffirmed that we are on the right track, he remarked. Abiodun highlighted that initiatives like Olumo Courts, along with the construction of over 4,000 housing units in the past 5 years, have boosted the state's economy. The governor praised former President Obasanjo as a remarkable figure whose vision has paved way for projects like Olumo Court, which features 36 luxury smart apartments equipped with modern amenities such as swimming pools, tennis courts, and others. Do not forget that this government and public service reports will take a short break, and when we return, we'll go straight to the rest of the stories. Stay with us. warm welcome back to Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our news. Ekiti State Amotekun Corps has confirmed the arrest of a 32-year-old man named Oluwatoyin Sunday, who has been accused of raping 25-year-old Abimbola Akindele. Officer Adeleye Abiodun Adewale, the head of Communications Department of the Amotekun Corps headquarters in Ekiti State, who disclosed this, said the arrest was carried out by Amotekun operatives in the Efon Local Government Command after the suspect was identified. According to the officer Adeleye, during the interrogation by the Amotekun officers, the victim recounted her ordeal and described how she was washing her clothes outside her rented apartment when the suspect approached her, lured her into his room, and forcefully raped her. Abimbola Akindele also revealed that Oluwatoyin Sunday had made several prior attempts to woo her at the same residence, but she had rejected his advances. The suspect, Oluwatoyin Sunday, had denied any involvement in the alleged crime and has since been handed over to the police in Efon Alaye for further investigations. We now move on to Lagos State, where the Emergency Management Agency of Lagos State has confirmed the death of one adult male in multiple accidents at the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. The permanent secretary of LASEMA, Olufemi Oke Osanyintolu, who confirmed the developments in a statement, said several other persons were injured in the incident. Oke Osanyintolu said the accident happened at Ile-Ekpo bus stop, Oko Afa, Lagos-Badagry Expressway. According to him, while an adult male died in the incident, several other injured persons were rushed to nearby hospitals by officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps. He also said FRSC officials had deposited the corpse in the morgue before the arrival of the agency's response team. Minister of Works, Engineer David Umahi, says most Nigerians driving on the major bridges in Lagos, such as Third Island Bridge, Carter Bridge and Marina Bridges, are not aware of the danger beneath the structures due to carbonization and chlorinization on the pile caps. This was exposed by the minister when he took a tour of under bridges in Lagos with members of the National Assembly Committees on Works, adding that chlorination is the ability of the pile cap to absorb the chloride water that is attacking the rod inside. The minister said one of the piles had detached from the pile caps, while some of the other piles are no longer inside any sand, pointing out that the problem is aggravated due to illegal mining of sand over the years, amongst other issues. Speaking during the tour, Omari said the essence is to let the National Assembly see the dangers beneath the bridges, while thanking President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for granting them the intervention fund to carry out the repairs on the bridges. He said the president has come to correct the ills of the country and pleaded with the National Assembly to assist the ministry in terms of budgeting. A different story, operatives of the Kano State Fire Service has retrieved the body of another identified lifeless man from a well in Kano State. Confirming the tragic incident, the spokesman for the fire service, Saminu Abdullahi, explained that the recent control room of the department received a call for emergency assistance from the DPO of the Kwali Police Division, that the control room reported that a lifeless body had been sighted in a well at an uncompleted building located in Kadama Bakin, Titi in Komtubso local government area in Kano. The spokesman said a police team arrived at the scene of the incident at approximately 4:40 hours and noticed some dried blood stains around the well, stressing that while the rescue team peered into the well, they discovered the decomposing body of a man about 25 years old, whose identity remained unknown and who was unfamiliar to the residents in the area. Abdullahi also said the body was swollen, indicating that it must have been in the well for the last 4 days or thereabouts, and the rescue team subsequently removed the lifeless body from the well and handed it over to the ASP Sani Abdullahi of Komtobso Police Division. Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission has arraigned the 7 provosts of the Federal College of Education in the Technical Division in Zamfara State, Hawa Abdul Karim, alongside the lecturer with the Sokoto State College of Education, Abdullahi Boyi, over alleged certificate forgery. ICPC accused the two defendants of forging an appointment letter and subsequent use of the same application for the position of the provost at the college, and were also accused of making false statements to ICPC officials in the course of the investigation, which is an offence under Section 25, subsection 1, A, and punishable under Section 25, subsection B of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences in 2000. The statement A statement released on Sunday by the Commission spokesperson Demola Bakari said the defendants pleaded not guilty to the 6 charges preferred against them. He said the trial judge, Justice Muhammad Sambu, after considering the applications, granted bail under specific conditions designed to ensure the defendants' continued presence throughout the trial proceedings, and adjourned the matter to November 21st, 2024, when the hearing is set to begin. In Yobe State, Governor Honorable Mai Mala Buni has restated the commitments of his administration towards completing all ongoing projects initiated by his administration, in addition to starting new people-oriented ones across the state. Buni stated this while presenting the 2025 Finance and Appropriations Bill before the Yobe State House of Assembly in Damaturu. The governor said the 2025 budget, tagged Budget of Economic Consolidation and Poverty Reduction, will, as championed since assumption of office in 2029, his administration will prioritize all ongoing projects with a view to consolidate on the provision of more dividend of democracy to the people as promised during the electioneering campaigns. He said, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in continuation of our main focus to pursue our development goals with minimum costs, the 2025 budget would seek to entrench our policy of completing all ongoing projects and embarking on new essential projects. Our watchword will remain the observance of due process, transparency, and adherence to budgetary provisions, blocking leakages and providing the enabling environment to woo investments that would turn around the fortunes of the state. Governor Buni said the 2025 fiscal year, the government proposed to spend the sum of 320 million naira for both capital, recurrent, and personal expenditure. He said, for the economy, this sector would continue to play its pivotal role in our speedy growth and socio-economic development agenda for the state. A total sum of 156 billion 933 million 818,000 naira is allocated to cover capital and recurrent expenditure for the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Tourism, Ministry of Wealth Creation, Empowerment and Employment Generation, Ministry of Water Resources, Ministry of Transport and Energy, Budget, Planning, Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, Housing and Urban Development in general. Do not forget that we are open for advert placements, news and events coverage, personality, society and political interviews, products, service promotions and commercials. You can connect with us on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. And our website still remains atlanticnetwork.tv. In the rest of the news, Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi has commenced moves to drop the charges brought against the 32 arraigned minors before Justice Ebiora Egwatu of the Federal High Court in Abuja. Hours after the arraignment, the AGF disclosed in a statement while taking over the matter of Inspector General of Police, adding that there were issues his office would like to review to enable him to make an informed decision and to immediately initiate steps to request an earlier adjournment date. Also, the Defense Counsel for all 119 defendants, Marshal Abubakar, said the AGF had requested transfer of the case file and the minors among the 119 remanded protesters were in custody of the SARS IRT, adding that they were kept in a large hall in the purported Bosto system for juvenile detention was non-existent. Meanwhile, human rights activist and lawyer Deji Adeyanju has raised the alarm over the whereabouts of 2 children arrested by the police and the minors are supposed to be arraigned alongside the 76 accused persons brought to court on Friday. He said the two children were on the list for those earlier taken to the court by the police to obtain a remand warrant a few months ago, and called on the Attorney General to use his good office to discontinue the case. This is still Government and Public Service Report. We'll take a short break and we'll return to the rest of the stories. Welcome back. Nigerian police force has arrested 130 suspects involved in cyber crimes, hacking, and activities deemed threats to national security. According to police spokesperson Olumoyiwa Adejobi, the suspects included 113 foreign nationals, 87 males and 26 females, and 17 Nigerian collaborators. The collaborators consisted of 4 males and 13 females. The foreign suspects are primarily of Asian and Malaysian origin. The operation, led by Assistant Inspector General of Police Bennett Igwe, took place on November 2nd, 2024, at a building in the next cash and carry area of Jahi, Abuja. It was conducted by the officers from the Zone 7 Command and National Cybercrime Center. The suspects were reportedly using sophisticated equipment to facilitate crime in the state. Adejobi stated that the police are currently analyzing the recovered evidence and that the suspect will be formally charged to court once investigations are completed. Chief Magistrate Court in Wuse, Zone 2 Abuja, has sentenced Jide Josiah Jesus to 6 months in prison for impersonation during the 2019 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. The sentence was issued by Chief Magistrate Folashade Onyeka on October 24, 2024. Jesus was caught by officials from the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board while monitoring the UTME at Briggs Academy, Abuja. He had posed as a representative of the non-governmental organization, but later admitted that his real intent was to assist his daughter with the exam. Jesus was handed over to security personnel, and upon investigation, he confessed to the impersonation. In addition to the prison sentence, Jesus was offered an alternative of paying 100,000 naira fine. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated the Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, on her milestone of her 50th birthday on November 1st. In a statement yesterday in Abuja by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, President Tinubu praised Musawa's unique decision to mark the occasion quietly by giving back to the community. Musawa's selfless gesture included visiting orphanages and internally displaced persons, camps disguised in a burqa, demonstrating her commitment to the service and compassion. Said, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu congratulates Hannatu Musawa, the minister, on her milestone of the 50th birthday. The president applauds her unique choice to celebrate the golden age quietly by giving back to the community and visiting orphanages disguised in a burqa. This gesture reflects her commitment to service and compassion. House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy has invited stakeholders to an investigative hearing on the $2 billion renewable energy grants and investments in Nigeria. According to the committee, the investment has not had a proportional impact on the nation's energy security challenges, adding that in July 2024, President Bola Tinubu disclosed at the Africa Natural Resource and Energy Investment Summit in Nigeria that the nation had attracted over $2 billion of investment in the sector in the past decade. A statement issued on Sunday by the committee chairman Victor Ogene in Abuja said, the probe will cover the period from 2015 to 2024, and despite the government attracting over $2 billion in renewable energy investments in the past decade, as reported by the Rural Electrification Agency in 2023, there has been no noticeable improvement in the sector. He said, if the dysfunctional electricity generation and supply system persists, contrary to the objectives behind government investments and grants aimed at developing the renewable energy sector, the House will probe the investments to determine the integrity of the procurement and execution processes, adding that the probe is not a witch hunt by an exercise to discourage shady dealings, but an exercise to discourage shady dealings and promote transparency and objectivity in managing government or public resources. A different story on the education. Joseph Kalizibe, chairman of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, at the Federal University, Otuoke, revealed that 25% of the withheld salaries were paid to non-academic university staff, contrary to President Bola Tinubu's directive. Kalizibe noted that workers were expecting 2 months' pay, which is 50%, but received just 1 month or 25% of their 4 months withheld salaries. Kalizibe said the union awaits further instructions from the Joint Action Committee to decide on the continuation or suspension of the strike. SANU's national president, Mohammed Ibrahim, previously stated that the strike would end if the federal government honored the president's 50% payment directive, acknowledging the financial difficulties members are facing due to the high cost of living. The indefinite strike, led by both SANU and NASU, began on October 28, pressing for the full release of withheld wages. However, it remains uncertain if the payment of only 1 month's salary will satisfy the union's demands. Update on the matter says that the Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian and Non-Academic Staff Unions of Universities and Allied Institutions said the federal government only released 1 out of 4 withheld salaries and had decided that the strike will continue. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation said that it had released the withheld salaries for which the university workers embarked on a strike, while the unions under JAC began an indefinite strike on Monday due to 4 months of unpaid salaries, leading to a shutdown of universities nationwide. SANU's national president, Mohammed Ibrahim, said top university officials, including vice-chancellors, bursars and registrars, also hadn't been paid and had further impacted on the university's operations. He said 98% of members complied with the strike and they would not return to work until their demands are met. While the chairman of the SANU and JAC, Mohammed Ibrahim, confirmed that members have started receiving salaries and only 1 out of 4 months being withheld has been released. Peter Gregory Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, has called for the shift in Nigeria's focus from politics and religion to productivity. In clips shared over the weekend, Obi argued that while divine blessings support hard work,